the pistol shrimp. Do the pistol shrimp. Welcome into the Shrimply Good podcast, presented this week by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. I'm Lucas Burris, joined by Dom Liacone, and welcome into the Shrimply Good podcast, episode 2 of the 2022 season. Dom, we got some pretty good feedback on episode 1, so I'm feeling pretty good about how this episode 2 is going to come out, how we're going to feel. Dom, how are you after now 2 weeks of this pistol shrimp season?
I'm doing good, Lucas. We're coming off of a good week number 2, and we're feeling good. We've had a good road trip the end of this week, and everything's been great around the valley. It's just a good vibe all around and in Peru. So we're super excited to keep the season going. But we've got a recap today of a great week too, I should say, for the pistol shrimp.
I agree, Dom. This was a very good week for the pistol shrimp, and like you said, a really good road trip is what kind of propelled this week forward. And I think we should have a really good time talking about a 4-2 pistol shrimp week heading into. You talked about the excitement in the valley, the most exciting week of the summer, probably because we do not play this many games at home in a stretch like this all season long. So we'll get to that when we talk about what's coming up this week. But we got to talk about this fantastic week of baseball for the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. And a reminder, this is episode 2, presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. Let's hit it, Dom. Let's head to Tuesday because we got rained out on Monday. That one got rescheduled for not this today, but next Monday. So we'll hit that when we talk about what's coming up in the coming week. But for Pistol Shrimp Baseball on Tuesday, the week didn't start out how you'd want to, but it was a well-played game. Tuesday, a loss to the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, 3-1 on the road.
Yeah, the newly named Lucky Horseshoes. It was pretty cool to see the whole heritage behind their name change, but we did unfortunately take the loss, and just an untimely quote unquote hit error, if you want to put it, in the bottom of the first inning really kind of propelled the Lucky Horseshoes to get those 2 runs, and that's really all they needed because the Pistol Shrimp only scored really 1 run on no extra base hits. Nick Laxner got Tyler Conklin got the start. He went 5 2/3, gave up 5 hits and 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 2, but did strike out 7. He did give up a home run ball, but it really did not impact the outcome whatsoever because the Shrimp only got 1 run in the top of the 7th inning, thanks to an RBI from Jared Quant. But again, it really was just untimely because I talked to John Jackmick after the game. It was a soft hit ground ball off the end of the bat up the middle that just the play couldn't be made by the middle infielders, and it was tough. And I said, even though we had no errors, I mean, it was still a very clean ball game. He goes, that play's got to be made at least 9 out of 10 times. And if that play is made, the Shrimp, we could be seeing them come out with a win in this one. But unfortunately, it wasn't the best start to the week.
Yeah, but it was the start of what was to come in terms of how well the pitching was going to produce this week. Only gave up 3 runs in this game on 6 hits. The defense played really well. No errors for the first time all season long, coming in on Tuesday and not making any errors, in which we played games where I don't think we had less than 3 or 4 in the first week of the season. So, it was a good start on the defensive side and the pitching side of things. The bat just coming off an off day, coming off a long week, you're thinking to yourself, we'll get there. We'll eventually, but only that 1 run in. But another shout out to Jared Herzog, who had a really good outing in relief. Again, 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts to keep the Shrimp in this game, but just not enough hitting on this side of things. So we started off the week with a loss. Now we talked about it's going to be a 4-2 week. So we're only going up from here, Dom. It was a 3-1 loss to the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes. But we came home on Tuesday. We welcomed in the Clinton Lumber Kings for a 3-game series, a team that we had absolutely had the name of last year. We had them. We beat them more than any team last year. I don't know why. We were talking to John Jackmick or start this week, and he said, I think Ryan Ironman pitched like 4 times against this team last year because our pitching just seemed to line up. And I'm sorry, Clinton, it just worked out again. I think we just have Clinton's number and name in this one because it was a 7-3 victory for the Pistol Shrimp on Tuesday, or on Wednesday, I should say, at home, as just another good, Shrimply good victory to start off this week in game 2.
And it was Noah Schultz got the start. He didn't get the win. Kevin Davis got the win. We'll talk about him later. But Schultz went 3 strong innings, didn't give up a hit, a run. He only walked 3. He struck out 6 of the 9 outs that he recorded. And we just see Noah Schultz as he gets deeper and deeper into ball games for the Shrimp. He's just getting stronger and stronger. Again, he's in the top 50 for the ongoing prospect class for the 2022 MLB draft. But the Shrimp were able to score around a 5-run fifth inning. And the man we really got to talk about is Zach Lane, the kid out of Ball State University, who's been working up the middle for the Shrimp this year, had 2 home runs, including a solo shot and a grand slam in that bottom of the 5th inning that I just mentioned. Boy, has he been swinging the bat well. It's fun to watch him play. Just some more notables here. Chance Resetich had 2 doubles, and Lane with 5 total RBIs. Resetich also had 2, and a sac fly to go along with that as well. What a great win for the Shrimp. A good bounce back game after a tough loss against Springfield the night before, and they needed it against these Lumber Kings.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it was good to see Noah Schultz back on the mound for the Pistol Shrimp in his second outing of what might be 3 or 4 this season for the Shrimp. And we get a little bit of some extra hype when Schultz hits the mound. So it's kind of exciting to see. I mean, fans of the ballpark, you can see it's no secret now. There's scouts in attendance when Noah Schultz is pitching for the Pistol Shrimp. And I think that's just something really exciting, that we're seeing. And we were talking to some scouts before the game as well, coming from near and far to see Schultz pitch in these games. And he really had another good outing, but he still hasn't picked up a victory yet because you got to go 5 as a starter to get a victory. And Schultz has gone 2 1/3 and now 3. And, he talked about in an interview in the News Trib with Kevin Klum that after that first week, he was looking to go deeper in games as the season goes on. So maybe we'll see a few more innings from Schultz as it goes on, but you just never know with him. He's just trying to get his draft stock up and help the Pistol Shrimp win as best as he can throughout this season. And he's been really good so far. And it's really exciting to see a top tier pitcher on the mound, but you can't forget about who's coming after him. And then Kevin Davis, you talked about Schultz getting 6 of his 9 out recorded would be the strikeout. Well, then Davis came in and 7 of his 9 outs he recorded was a strikeout. He's really good this year, picked up his first win of the season. And then Zach Lane, like you said, I talked to him after the game in the post-game interview, just so excited and so happy to be playing in the Valley and having a really good time. And, 2 home runs in a game doesn't come very often in your career. And one of them went the opposite way. And he just kind of crushed both of them too. It was just really exciting to see Lane, who's been hitting in a third of this spot in the lineup pretty much most of this week. He ended up taking a few games off after this one, but he's looking really good. And I think this was just the start of it for the Shrimp of getting the home run ball going, which was something we really saw last year. We haven't seen this year. This team is not a home run hitting team, but Zach Lane, who's probably not a home run hitter either, decided, well, I'll put 2 out, give the Shrimp the victory in this one. It was really good against the Lumber Kings 7-3. But then the Lumber Kings came back the next night and decided we're just going to flip the script exactly the same way. And the Pistol Shrimp would lose on Thursday to the Lumber Kings 7-3 at home to move to 1-2 on the week. And this Lumber Kings team is it's a good team. It's Prospect League baseball. You're not going to win every night of the week. But if you play a team in a 3-game series, game 2 goes to the Lumber Kings 7-3.
And some notables here that stood out to me, the numbers wise. First 2 innings for the Lumber Kings were 3-run innings. That's what really kind of shot the Pistol Shrimp in the foot. They played fine defensively. In fact, both teams had 2 errors. It was just the Lumber Kings being able to square up baseballs and take a good amount of walks. Actually, not too many walks, but they were just able to square up the ball. The first 4 hitters in the Lumber Kings lineup, I should say, had multi-hit ball game, I should say. Trevor Burkhart had a double. Rath Preston with 2. Jeremy Conforti had a double. Chase Becker as well. Adam Weed and Luke Ira hit 2 homers. So, I mean, it was really just the extra base hit ball for the Lumber Kings in this one. We take a look at the pitching. Blake Gasky gets the win for the Lumber Kings. He went 5 complete, gave up just 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and struck out 1. Henrik Reinerson had a tough day on the mound. He went just 3 complete innings, got the loss, 7 hits on with 6 runs, all of them being earned, and 2 strikeouts. But the bullpen after him was actually pretty good. Jason Shanner went 5 complete, giving up just 3 hits, no runs, walked just 2 and struck out 3. And then Nick Laxner came on for the top of the 9th and gave up only 1 hit on 1 run and just struck out 1. But besides the starting pitching for the Shrimp tonight, I mean, it was a good sign for the bullpen to come out strong and kind of limit the damage, if you will. But they weren't able to get the offense going, as there was really only even though the Shrimp had 9 hits, there was really just nothing they can get going. Again, no extra base hits for the Illinois Valley in this contest, and that kind of cost them. They couldn't get the timely hits with the runners in scoring position. And I talked to Steph Henderson, who's filling in right now in that managerial role as John Jackmick takes his time off with his family. And Steph said that the key going forward with this team is going to be getting those base hits with runners in scoring position with 1 or 2 outs. And they just, on a night like that night against Clinton, they weren't able to do it.
Yeah, we were, doing the game and broadcasting on this one. You saw the Pistol Shrimp on base at pretty much every inning. I mean, you end up with 9 hits. You walk 5 times in this game. You're feeling good about how many times you're getting on base. But I literally just said the Lumber Kings flipped the script. They had 2 good pitching performances, and their number 3 hitter hit 2 home runs, including a 3-run home run. Like, that was the game. That was it. When you start with a 6-0 lead, it's really difficult to get back into it. Even though Jason Shanner, like you mentioned, kept the Shrimp into this game with those 5 middle innings of work, really, really good out of the bullpen. It's just tough to come back from a 6-run deficit. And when it felt like the Pistol Shrimp had a shot, the Lumber Kings added 1 in the top of the 9th. And then it was like, well, now it's a 4-run game again. You take the wind out of your sails a little bit. Lumber Kings played into the wind as well. That was one of those nights where the wind was blowing out at Schweikert Stadium. So just a tough loss for the Shrimp, but it only got better. We're 3 games in. We're 1-2. You know where this is going, Tom. You know where we're headed because we end the week 4-2. So let's talk about the 3 straight victories for the Pistol Shrimp to end this week. It started on a really good road trip that you covered on the road on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network. Let's start with game 3 against the Lumber Kings.
What a great 5-0 victory, and what would start a good scoreless inning streak for Pistol Shrimp pitchers. And speaking of those pitchers, boy, did they look good on Friday night. And we talk about it now. Ty Weatherly got the start, the kid out of Ball State, making his Pistol Shrimp debut, went 3 complete innings, did not qualify for the win, but only gave up a hit, no runs, 2 walks, struck out 8 batters. Daniel Vogt then came in, pitched 4 complete. He looked fantastic. He was great at producing the ground ball. It was absolutely amazing. He only struck out a batter, but he was just able to get the Lumber Kings to put the ball in play, and he let his defense work, and that's all you need to do. Only gave up 2 hits. Again, no earned runs. Surprise, surprise with the scoreless streak starting. 3 walks, and again, I mentioned that strikeout, but he only needed 1 strikeout for that night. Eben Heine and then Zach Losey came in for the 8th and then the 9th to set up the victory. But Daniel Vogt not only got the win, well, that's actually next game that we'll talk about with the save. But Daniel Vogt and Ty Weatherly both look fantastic out of the bullpen. And Pistol Shrimp pitchers combined for 12 strikeouts in this contest. We take a look at some hitting notables now. Not too much excitement with the long ball. Again, no home runs hit in this game, just to kind of how the ball didn't really carry in Clinton, being right next to the Mississippi River and just a night where the wind was kind of blowing in. But Ivan Witt with the double, Chance Resetich with the double. Logan Delgado had a big insurance double in the top of the 8th inning. And we talk about RBIs. Ivan Witt, a big 2 RBI double in the top of the 5th to really kind of break it open for the Shrimp, calm everything down, give them the lead, and just allow the pitching to work. Logan Delgado, like I mentioned, with that RBI double in the top of the 8th. And then Isaiah Hart really broke it open with the infield in. He was able to put a ball right back up the middle, a sharp ground ball for a 2 RBI single. It was really just everything that was working right for the Shrimp tonight. They were able to play good defensively, no errors. The pitching staff only gave up 3 hits. The defense worked, and the hitting was where it needed to be. And Steph Henderson had mentioned, like I said, that big hit with runners in scoring position late in innings. That's what the Shrimp were able to do, and they walk away with a 5-0 victory from Clinton, taking 2 of 3 from the Lumber Kings.
Yeah, this was big because, like you said, those 2 crooked number late in the game. I mean, didn't score until the 5th, and then adding 3 in the 8th is just huge for a victory. But you're able to do that when your pitching staff is pitching so well, like the Pistol Shrimp have been doing in this game. And yeah, the bullpen just continues to produce. But then a really good starting pitching performance in this one as well, which is something that, is kind of ebbing and flowing for the Pistol Shrimp with the starter, and then the bullpen's coming in and pitching really well. This is just good from start to finish for the Pistol Shrimp. And notable of what's to come. But a 5-0 victory for the Shrimp over the Clinton Lumber Kings here on Friday. Then we move to Saturday. We say goodbye to the Lumber Kings. We win that 3-game series with 2 of the games. A good start for the Shrimp. Now we're headed to Normal, and we got into a little Twitter beef before the start of it. Normal's Twitter account, they like to say some things. All right,
That
they
was
like
you,
to
Mr.
talk about.
Burris.
They like to talk about how shrimp is cooked well and stuff. And I think they forgot that we can cook up some corn as well in this one, Tom. So that's what the Pistol Shrimp did. Maybe popped some corn with a 7-0 victory on Saturday.
How about it? That continued the scoreless inning streak for the pitching. Now it was up to 18 after Saturday night's contest. What a win for the Shrimp, 7-0. They were firing on all cylinders, got off to a good start with a run in the first. They scored then 2 in the top of the third, tacked on another in the top of the fourth, and then tacked on 2 more in the top of the eighth before capping it off with a 1-run ninth. But you want to talk about good pitching again? It's the 2 guys that came in back to back off of each other. T. Conrad got his first ever start as a Shrimp. You're seeing the kind of pattern here with debuts from these guys from good colleges. We got the Ball State guy on Friday night. Now we get the UIC Flame, T. Conrad, who did not pitch in the spring, but he looked fantastic on Saturday night. 3 complete, just gave up 2 hits, walked 4, didn't need any strikeouts. Again, one of those pitchers that's really good at just letting his defense work. Jared Herzog would end up getting the win. He went 2 complete right after Conrad, just gave up 1 hit, but struck out 4. And then Kevin Davis, 4 complete innings. He gets the save because the Shrimp were only up by 3, I believe, at the time that he came into the ball game. He gives up no runs, only walks 2, strikes out 8 hitters. So the Shrimp, again, in back-to-back contests, combined for 12 strikeouts within their pitching staff for the evening. Another great win for the Shrimp. We take a look at some offensive notables. Chance Resetich, Dio Cornett, and Cole Lucky all with doubles. Tucker Bougie makes his debut from Cal Berkeley. He started at first base, and boy, welcome to the Valley. In his second or third at bat in the contest, his first hit as a Pistol Shrimp is a 2-run bomb into right field. Boy, we're going to talk about him. We're kind of going to compare him, I guess, to Shohei Ohtani now in the next game. I'm kind of foreshadowing here. But boy, did he look really, really good on Saturday night. Chance Resetich, Jack Johnston, Tucker Bougie, Cole Lucky, and Harry Mutterer all had RBIs, and Chance Resetich with a sac fly as well. I mean, the Pistol Shrimp, again, it was really everything working well for them. They carried that momentum that they had started in Clinton into Normal, and it's just another great team victory all around. But the pitching was really the notable.
Yeah, the exciting thing about this one, on top of the really good pitching again, was how much the Pistol Shrimp spread around those RBIs as well. You were talking about that, all the names that you listed. Only one person with multiple RBIs in the game was Tucker Bougie, who hit a 2-run home run. That was it. That was the only way he was getting his 2 home runs. Everyone else in the 7 runs that the Pistol Shrimp scored in this game, it was spread around with 5 RBIs to 5 other players, which is just really what you want to see from your offense when you're coming up with runners in scoring position. You're delivering in that opportunity, and just continued good pitching. And Kevin Davis with 8 strikeouts for the last 4 innings is just closing the door. A 4-inning save, ridiculous from the man on the mound. But a great win for the Pistol Shrimp. I love beating Normal, so it just it's a good time to be a Shrimp, and it's 7-0 victory for the Pistol Shrimp here on Saturday. And we would cap it off on Sunday with one of the most action-packed back and forth games we've seen probably since the Pistol Shrimp and the Dans themselves were battling at the end of the 2021 season for a spot in the playoffs. This was one of those backyard brawls between the Danville Dans and the Pistol Shrimp on a Sunday in the Valley, and the Pistol Shrimp would pick up an extra inning, 12th inning walk-off victory, 5-4. Dom, let's talk about this victory.
Man, it was exciting to be a Pistol Shrimp fan, especially in front of the home crowd. It did go 12 innings, and the Shrimp found themselves on their toes in the bottom of the 9th down a run, and then in the bottom of the 12th down too. But they were able to make it happen. They walked off the Danville Dans thanks to Jack Johnson's absolute rocket of a double off the base of the wall in left center field that ended up scoring 2 runs. And you can't forget how we got there. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Luke Adams with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position smokes a double into the right center field gap to tie the ball game. That got everybody going. And you knew after the Dan's pitcher, Troon Eakin, who was starting to get deeper more into the ball game later when he came in relief. He only went 2 1/3, but Logan Delgado told me after the game that after the guys started seeing him more, they realized that they could barrel him up, and that's why they were able to get the victory. Because if that pitcher, he told me, if Eakin would have stayed in the game longer, which he did, they were going to be able to barrel him up and knock some hits off him. And Logan told me he knew that they were going to win the ball game, and that is exactly what they did. Let's take a look at the pitching notables now for the Pistol Shrimp. Let me take a look at that. Tucker Bougie gets the start, and he also hit cleanup. So again, that's like our own Shohei Ohtani in the Valley. That's absolutely insane.
He played this entire game too. The Pistol Shrimp made
Yes.
so many substitutions, so many defensive changes. The middle infield, or not the middle, the entire infield was different by like the 8th inning. Nothing changed in that DH spot. He was pitching and DHing. He went 5 innings and he was hitting the rest of the game. And he was really, really good in this middle lineup for the Shrimp, but it was a really good start on the mound down.
It was. He didn't give up a hit, just 1 run. It was not earned because of a few errors. The Shrimp did have 3 errors in this ball game, despite still coming away with the victory. So that just shows you how good the hitting was at the plate. Then Nick Laxner came in. How about this? 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, only gives up a run. It was earned. No walks. He just strike out a batter, but he did his job on the mound. And then Luke Adams will get the win. He went 1 inning, even though it was in the top of the 12th where he did give up the 2 earned runs. He only gave up a hit and he only walked 1, but with no strikeouts, he was just able to get the Dans to put the ball in play. But like you said, so many different substitutions. We look now, 4 guys got pinch hit for in this ball game, which is absolutely insane. You usually don't see that, but obviously Steph Henderson wanting to use his bench a lot because you don't want to beat up your position players with, a 13, 14 inning contest, which this game had the potential to go. You don't want to strand your guys out there, especially this early in the season. And I thought it was smart, and it clearly worked out for the Shrimp because Jack Johnson, who was actually pinch hitting and came into the game for Zach Lane later in the ball game, was the one that got the walk-off hit. And boy, was it a great way to end the week. It was a Shrimply fantastic W. The Shrimp needed it. And hey, like the guys on the bench are saying right now, we're going into this week, Shrimp are hot.
That's right. Shrimp are hot. And it felt really good to get this victory. I mean, for example, we talked about those substitutions. Danville made 1 this entire game on the defensive side. And it happened in like the 9th inning. Like, that was it. Everyone who was playing this game, playing the whole thing. And they were playing really good as well. I mean, they scored those 2 runs in the top of the 12th. Like, Danville was positive they were getting that victory after scoring those 2 runs in the top of the 12th. It was a back and forth game. It was really good pitching. There was some notable defensive errors from the Pistol Shrimp, but they were just kind of some errant throws. It wasn't too much of like, we're bobbling the ball left and right. Just trying to do too much, I think was the best way to describe some of the errors for the Shrimp in this game. But a back and forth contest, like you said. And the big shout outs are to Jack Johnston and Luke Adams. You can see their big hits on our social media on whatever you follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Pistol Shrimp Baseball is the @ you're looking for. The video is up there of the highlights from Sunday, both of their big hits. And then Jack Johnston was a big shout out to his mom and dad as well after the game as well. The post game interview with Jack Johnston was super fun. Coming in there, he got his ice shower, bath, whatever you want to call that. And he really was just excited. They were talking about as well just how much fun they're having playing in the Valley and how the guys are really getting along and playing for each other now. And that's what you want to see from a Shrimp. Something we saw, I think, for the Pistol Shrimp, maybe 4 or 5 weeks into the season last year. We saw it halfway through week 2 this year. I think that's really exciting as well. Just how this team's playing for each other, how well they're playing, and how good the Pistol Shrimp look coming into week 3. We finished off this week with a 5-4 victory over the Dans. That Shrimply good victory, like you said. The Pistol Shrimp finished the week 4-2. They're now 6-5 overall, 3-2 at home, 3-3 away, and in third in the East Wabash River Division. The Aviators are in first at 7-4. The Dans are in second at 7-5. The Pistol Shrimp in third at 6-5, and the Wabash Valley Rex in fourth at 6-6. This team is hitting .246 as a team, good for 12th with 29 doubles, good for first. We talked about how this team is not hitting the home runs like they did. They finished second in the league in home runs hit last year and first in the league in home runs given up. So far this season, they've only given up 4 home runs and they've only hit 6. I mean, this team's doing exactly what they didn't do last year, which was just rake on the singles and doubles category. But 29 doubles already this year is huge for this Pistol Shrimp team. But the pitching side of things is the good stuff so far. A 3.65 ERA is good for first in the Prospect League, one of two teams qualified under 4 with an ERA, and 110 strikeouts is good for fourth in the Prospect League. But the fielding side of things, which was tough in the first week of the season, still coming back to haunt the Pistol Shrimp just a little bit in some of these close games. Still have a 9.39 fielding percentage, which is good for 15th, so not last, but second to last. And 25 errors on the season is good for 14th, which is third to last. So this Pistol Shrimp team, middle of the pack on some certain hitting things, only 12th in average. That needs to move up a little bit, but it's the extra base hits that have been good. Like I said, with 29 doubles, pitching just continues to pitch really well, and fielding is improving as the season goes on. But Pistol Shrimp do find themselves in the top 10 in some Prospect League categories. Dom, let's look at those.
Well, we start with the batting. Chance Resetich is tied for 6th in the Prospect League in hits with 15. Ivan Witt tied second in doubles with 5, and a lot of those doubles have been 2 or even just 1 RBI doubles, but they've been huge for the Shrimp as well. So those doubles don't just stack up numbers wise, they mean so much for the run support as well. And then we go to the pitching. Nick Laxner, 6th in ERA at 2.19. Shanner in 7th in ERA with a 2.45 ERA. Kevin Davis is 4th in the Prospect League in strikeouts with 16. And Tyler Conklin is in 3rd in the Prospect League in Ks per 9 with 9.0. So pretty good pitching too. And I mean, when you got a team, a staff ERA, and just everyone doing their job, that's going to get you a 3.65 ERA. Good for first in the Prospect League, like you mentioned, Lucas. This team has really proved it on the mound this year so far.
Yeah, and as some of these pitchers pitch more, they'll hit into those qualified stats, and you'll see a little more of Pistol Shrimp players in the qualified ERA. There's only like 12 total pitchers in the league who have a qualified ERA right now, so you're excited to see that 2 of them are Pistol Shrimp players. But you look at just strikeouts, that's a number you don't need qualified. You just keep striking out people. Kevin Davis, you're going to stay on that list, and you're doing real well so far with 4th and 16. It was exciting to see Conklin there as well, a number that won't like catch your eye if you just look at his strikeout numbers, but in his starts this season, he's doing really well with, 9 strikeouts per 9 innings is a pretty good job from a starting pitcher. So Tyler Conklin doing really well there as well. And not surprising, Ivan Witt has like 6 hits this year, and 5 of them are doubles, which is so shout out to Ivan Witt for only hitting extra base hits so far this season for the Pistol Shrimp. But that's the statistical stuff for the Shrimp. Let's talk about what's coming up this week. Let's just send it to games before we talk about themes and events. Dom, who are the Pistol Shrimp play this week?
Well, we're off today on Monday when you're going to see this podcast drop on all platforms. But tomorrow on Tuesday, June 14th, we are hosting the Burlington Bees. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m. Then Wednesday, we are also at home against the Burlington Bees. Another 7:05 start. Thursday, June 16th, our third of 4 straight home games. Sorry, I couldn't get it out there.
I don't know what you're trying to say, so I can't help you. I was like, is this about the Corn Belters again? Because I was
our
like,
third
I don't
of
joke set up
4.
here.
Our third of 4 straight home games here in Peru against the Corn Belters. Another 7:05 start. And then Friday, June 17th, we host the Wabash Valley Rex at 7:05. Then Saturday, we will go on the road to Lafayette at 6 p.m. That first pitch is because Lafayette is in that Eastern time zone. They start at 7 their time, 6 our time Central. Sunday, we're back home against the Corn Belters. Again, we will host them at 2:05. And then Monday, June 20th, we have a doubleheader against the Lafayette Aviators. Starting at 4:30 is the first game, and 7:05 is the second game. That first game will make up the game we were supposed to play this past Monday that got rained out.
Yeah, so we're looking at, I put Monday on here as well because we have an off day next Tuesday after this just wild week of Pistol Shrimp baseball. So more than likely, we're going to be a day delayed on when this podcast you're going to see next week. We're probably going to release it on our off day on Tuesday instead of trying to release a podcast when we play 2 games on that Monday. We'll let you have Monday to come to the game, and then we'll bring you the podcast on our off day on Tuesday. So I wanted to put that in. So the Pistol Shrimp in this week, because we're going to say that Monday is today, right? This will be counted as the week before. So Tuesday through next Monday, that is done 8 days. Okay. Tuesday through next Monday. You know how many times the Pistol Shrimp play in those 8 days? Nine.
9.
Nine
9.
times. The Pistol Shrimp trade 9 games in 8 days. You know how many of them are at home?
8.
8.
8.
Come to the ballpark this week. If you are like, I don't know if I can make a Pistol Shrimp game this week, I promise you, you can make at least one.
Yes.
There is a game every day of the week this week, except for Saturday. We're letting you have Saturday free. I think that's just a gift to all the people in the Illinois Valley. So congratulations, you have Saturday free. Come on down to the ballpark every other week this week. Let's talk about what's happening at the ballpark this week. Today, on Monday of this week, the YMCA has their pool and pizza Pistol Shrimp Players Party. You can RSVP for that by checking out our social medias, checking out the Illinois Valley Y social media. That's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight at the Illinois Valley Y. If you're a Y member, you get in free. You just have to RSVP. And then if you're a non-Y member, there is a charge for that. So check out that flyer on our social media and the Illinois Valley YMCA social media as well. That is tonight. So if you want to do it and you're watching this podcast this afternoon, I would pause and I'd probably go do that. And then you come back. We're not going anywhere. It never leaves. So make sure you head to the YMCA Pool and Pizza Players Party tonight. And let's get to the game stuff. So a action-packed week of games includes a action-packed week of theme nights. On Tuesday, College Spirit Night. Doghouse LaSalle and Big B Barbecue are going to be our food vendors, but lots of exciting stuff on that one as well. We are inviting all the fans out to dress in college attire on that night. Now, that doesn't mean what you would have dressed to going to a college party when you were at college. That means you need to dress in your college gear. If you went to Illinois State, if you went to Illinois, if you went to college in Chicago, you went to Wisconsin, wherever you went, throw on a jersey or just throw on your favorite school's jersey as well. If your son plays for, goes to a college, bring that well as well. Not a jersey, just a attire of college shorts. If we have fans that come into attendance who are from the same college, we're going to do some battle of the schools. We're going to get 5 people from U of I and 5 people from ISU, and we're going to battle them out on on-field activities. So come out to the ballpark. We're going to have college-themed activities as well, and you can only imagine what that might be on the field. It's College Spirit Night on Tuesday. On Wednesday is a really, really exciting night. One of my favorite theme nights of the year. It's First Responder Appreciation Night presented by SGKR. That's Schweiker, Gannison, Krinzak, and Rundio attorneys. They are presenting this theme night of one of our biggest nights of the year. It's First Responder Appreciation Night. Doghouse LaSalle is the food vendor. Everything is happening. Festivities start at 6 p.m. this night. We have Touch a Truck. We have the Smokehouse. We have all the first responder equipment out there. We have a canine demonstration. We will have everything you can think of at the ballpark for First Responder Night. So many local EMT, fire, police units are coming out to the ballpark. So come on out, check it out on Wednesday for First Responder Appreciation Night at Schweiker Stadium. On Thursday, St. Margaret's, one of our biggest sponsors, a corporate sponsor of Pistol Shrimp Baseball, is doing their Employee Appreciation Night. So you can come join them at the ballpark. The Doghouse LaSalle and Flows on Pulaski will be the food vendors for that on Thursday. On Friday, another big night. Our wonderful friends at Starve Rock Media and our corporate sponsor of the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp, WLPO and WAJK 80s Big Hair Night is on Friday. The Doghouse LaSalle will be our food vendor. Lots of exciting stuff is there. We just did 96.5 The Wolf Country Night last Saturday. So not 2 Saturdays ago, whatever knowledge or wording you want on that one. But it's very similar to that. It's the same group. This time it's 80s Big Hair Night. Come dressed out in some 80s hair. Get excited. Listen to WLPO and WAJK this week for opportunities to win stuff at the game as well. So make sure you're checking that out on Friday. On Saturday, we're off in terms of home games. We're on the road. So on Sunday, we got the Beach Bash. Beach Bash was a big night last year as well. Come ready to go. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's a 2:05 game. We'll have beach-themed activities and the Doghouse LaSalle grilling up some beautiful summer foods. And then on Monday, here comes that doubleheader. It's 4-H night and high school spirit night. So 4-H night was originally scheduled for the game that got postponed. Game 1 of the doubleheader is 4-H night. Game 2 of the doubleheader is high school spirit night. So high school spirit night, same thing as college spirit night. We'll do high school themed games. Come out in your high school attire. Join us at the ball game for 4-H night and high school spirit night on Monday. The Doghouse LaSalle and Maria's Pizza are on Monday, a 4:30 game and a 7:05 game on Monday. So come out to Schweiker Stadium. Dom, take them through what we have every game at Schweiker Stadium.
Every game this year in Peru is going to have beer from Tangled Roots Brewing Company, cocktails from Star Union Spirits, on-field activities for every age that will be hosted by me. So if you want to play, you want to get your kids to play, come talk to me before the game, before a few innings. I will try my best. We've got a lot of great stuff this week, a lot of different themed stuff that we come up with. We've got the SoQ $50,000 shrimp rattle and roll. We had our first few weeks of it, and it's a lot of fun to see people roll those 5 dice for a chance to win those $50,000. The lucky number giveaways are from Ferguson, Jersey Mike's, Heritage Health, and the Illinois Valley YMCA. So make sure you get your game programs and get those lucky number tickets. And Mr. Sparkle Auto Spa's dirtiest car in the lot. If you have the greasiest, dirtiest car because you've been driving down them dirt roads, you may have a chance to get picked and get a free platinum sparkle wash from Mr. Sparkle's Auto Spa. Again, that's for the dirtiest car in the lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So much happening every night at Schweikert Stadium at Veterans Memorial Park in Peru. So make sure you check it out. But Dom, it is time. It is everyone's favorite moment in the Shrimply Good podcast. It is week 2. So it is time for week 2's Shrimply Good Players of the Week presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. Last week, we named 2. They were well deserving. This week, we name 2 more, and we'll start on the pitching side of things with the man who just leads this team in strikeouts. It's Kevin Davis this week, our first Shrimply Good Player of the Week presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. Kevin Davis, 7 innings, 6 hits, only 1 run, 15 strikeouts this week to go along with only 3 walks and a 1.28 ERA. Kevin Davis was Shrimply too good this week, and he's our first Shrimply Good Player of the Week. Now on the hitting side of things, Dom, who we got?
Well, I got Chance Resetich. He hit 400 in the span of these games in week number 2. He had 8 hits. He went all but 1 game without getting a hit, and he had 3 multi-hit ball games, 4 total doubles, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 1 walk, only struck out once, 12 total bases. And your favorite stat, Lucas, he got hit twice this week, and both came from yesterday's contest against Danville in back-to-back at-bats. Chance Resetich was shrimply too good from the right side of the plate this week.
No, absolutely. I mean, Chance started the week at Springfield 0 for 1 and 1 at bat, and then just didn't stop hitting the rest of the week. He was so good this week. He is more than deserving. This is Chance's at least second time getting this award. I know he got it last year at least once. So congrats to a returning Pistol Shrimp player in Chance Resetich picking up the week 2 nods for Shrimply Good Player of the Week, and along with Kevin Davis picking up his first Shrimply Good Player of the Week nod. These Shrimply Good Players of the Week presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. Dom, any final things for the listeners before we send them home happy with another conclusion of the Shrimply Good podcast?
Well, first, I want to mention Chance Resetich one more time. He has appeared in every single game for the Shrimp this summer. So look out for him. He's going to get more time in left field this summer now with that infield kind of settling in with Johnston and Lane and Watanabe and Motterer up the middle. You're going to see a lot of Chance Resetich at the top of the order. Look out for him, but he hit 400. He's going to be fun to watch. The pitching's been great this week. So much fun to see, and it's great to just see this team start to gel. Like you said, Lucas, they're playing together. They're playing for each other. Come out to the ballpark this week. 8 home games in the span of 8 days. People, that's crazy. Please come out. Please support us. We will have so much going on at the ballpark from Schweikert Stadium at Veterans Memorial Park in Peru. You're not going to want to miss it. So much going on, and shrimp are hot, baby. So come support your Pistol Shrimp. They're playing great right now. It's going to be a fantastic week 3. I know it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to make it to the ballpark, we hope to see you this week at a Pistol Shrimp baseball game. If you can't make it to the game, remember, you can always listen live for free on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network. You can catch either me or Dom on that Pistol Shrimp Radio Network on your phone or online. Just download our mobile app at Pistol Shrimp Baseball or go to pistolshrimpbaseball.com. And if you want to watch the game, every Pistol Shrimp Baseball game in Prospect League TV is on Prospect League TV. Just go to prospectleague.tv to learn more. Thank you for stopping by episode 2 of the Shrimply Good podcast presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. Fear the Claw. We'll see you next week.
Do the pistol shrimp. Do the pistol shrimp.